I think that we are currently witnessing a revolution happening in front of our very eyes when it comes to the final stages of the development of new Star Citizen features. Hey guys, welcome to the channel, it's Erad, and so if you are new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe to be notified when a new video is up so you don't miss out on any video that comes out. So, for many years, new Star Citizen features have been tested in their final stages by a group known as the Evocati Test Flight, or ETF, a group made up some of the most regular and reliable testers of the game, and the goal with the ETF was to give them access to early builds of the future updates so that Cloud Imperium Games would use their quality assurance and bug reporting expertise to further refine the polishing phase of their next releases, in addition to their already established QA team. Those builds, just like those tested internally, would be submitted to a non-disclosure agreement, or NDA, which would act as a clause of confidentiality that would prevent, in theory, anyone who signs it and participates in ETF tests to reveal the content of the build that they would be testing, or even simply talk about it. And while we can understand Cloud Imperium Games would like to keep any footage of their early builds behind a curtain because it might be buggy or not feature the kind of visual fidelity they would hope the build would later have, after all, not everyone wishes the project well, and there are some bad actors out there who would like nothing more than bad-mouthing Star Citizen with every opportunity that arises. Myself and many other backers, though, did not agree with the ban on discussion, which thankfully, after many years of debate, has finally been lifted, and I wanted to thank CIG for listening and changing their policy. After all, as long as no unfinished, uncontrolled footage is out, there is nothing harmful about a healthy conversation about features that are yet to be officially released. In fact, having more people discussing them is an opportunity for the developers at Cloud Imperium Games to benefit from additional feedback and constructive criticism, which would then give them more time to adjust and fine-tune any feature that would require it, rather than having to wait for the masses to test them and then having to rush to meet the estimated deadlines of release. So, the loss of part of the NDA is therefore not really a big deal because, well, it was discussed anyway, and I think that it's going to be quite constructive for Cloud Imperium Games in the end. But that is not all. A lot of these features which were being tested by the Evocati test flights are now tested by the masses, and it's no longer an NDA at all. In fact, Cloud Imperium Games have been relying more and more on Arena Commander for that, and this has taken the shape of experimental mode. Now, experimental modes are not going to be testing all of the new features, of course. For example, freight elevators are not going to be a part of that. We're not going to be seeing a lot of the new missions over there. We're not going to be seeing as well the reputation gameplay. All of that is going to be for the persistent universe for sure, but some core new gameplay elements, some new core mechanisms of the game are indeed being tested not by the ETF but by the general public in experimental game modes. We have seen that with master modes which are going to completely revolutionize how we are going to be flying our ships in Star Citizen. Well, that has been in testing for a very long time. We have also seen that for racing, which has been quite overhauled, especially with some of the new racetracks that have been put into the persistent universe and some of the way that racetracks are going to be arranged. And in the future, with Star Citizen Alpha 3.23, we are also going to see that with the engineering modes, which are going to give us ideas out of how this is going to be played, and players are going to be able to experience that by themselves. And just like what they have done with master modes, they are going to be able to give feedback as of what works, what doesn't work, and how that is going to improve. And this new way, this new approach has been confirmed by Yodi Clark in the last episode of Inside Star Citizen, where he did say that he does indeed want as much feedback as possible so that then they can reiterate on that feedback it greatly helps them. And that is why I believe that in the future, the Evocati test flight is going to have a lesser importance. Of course, it's still going to be important because there are still going to be features that they are not going to want everybody to see. But overall, we are going to see more and more new features being tested by the masses. And that is going to be, in my opinion, a big win for Cloud Imperium games. But let me know in the comment section down below, guys. Did you try the experimental modes in Arena Commander as well? What do you guys think of some of the new features? Have you also given feedback on Spectrum, perhaps? Let me know what your thoughts are on the topic in the comment section down below. That is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, a big shout out to everybody who helps out the channel on Patreon and via the YouTube Join membership program, including Dr. Fabin, Zero Crusher, Deplorably Fidel, and Ducky to Ducky. I have been Erad, and I will see you guys in the next one.